The bladder is 10 pounds. The thing is made of like wood that's beautiful. Like if they could have been cheaper back in the day, would they have been?
I feel like they would have. I feel like they probably didn't have the technology to do it.
Right. Human beings probably were terrible in the 70s too.
The first thing I like to start out with is the first album or song or artist you remember coming into your life when you were younger.
The first band that I really loved was the Beatles. And that's boring because it's a lot of people's band that they love.
But that doesn't take away from that you loved it and that it was new to you when you heard it.
My mother had Sgt. Pepper, and she was a nerd, so I don't know why she had Sgt. Pepper. It was an anomaly. It wasn't like, oh, she had a sick collection.
I had the same exact thing. We had one Beatles record and we had Sgt. Pepper.
It turns out, so I had a next door neighbor. Her name was Debbie Sokoloff. And this does not make me look good at the end because I borrowed her Beatles records. And I'm not sure if I ever returned them. It was an accident. I didn't mean to. But I didn't get a lot of pressure to return them. So I kind of like had them for a long time. And she had like maybe 4 or 5 of them.
Wait, first of all, let's backtrack.
Yeah.
How did you find yourself in Debbie Sokoloff?
Debbie Sokoloff.
How did you find yourself in Debbie Sokoloff's house and up in her record collection? Why were you over at her house?
So this is when I was like, I must have been under 10 years old. I honestly don't remember. I remember having the records and I remember where they came from, but like how they got to me, how I was in there is very, very, very
She was your next door neighbor.
She was my next door neighbor, and she was very active in our family. Like,
okay.
She looked after us when we were like babies.
Oh,
and she was around a lot. We were, I don't know what that relationship is, but somehow I had like the American version of like Hard Day's Night, like the red one, and I had a bunch.
So did you seek those out and permanently borrow them from Debbie? After but Sgt. Pepper is the first one that you remember.
At some point I must have, and it's funny that you're asking this because I never really thought about it. Like, how do you get to liking music, I guess, going to your parents' record stack, pulling the record and playing it on your turntable? I don't know. What is that thing that makes you go ahead and enter that activity of trying a bunch of records? Whatever that is, I don't recall.
In the 70s, boredom.
Boredom.
Which
boredom. I was just bored.
In a good way, though.
What are these?
Like, what are
Let's
these? What am I?
these.
You're just let me go around. Let me touch trinkets on let me just grab things and explore things because you are fucking bored.
Bored. Totally. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
And my parents were nerds. There was a lot of, even despite the fact that they were nerdy and despite the fact that they had a lot of stuff in there, which was like, they had a bunch of like Neil Sedaka, a ton of Neil Diamond, Barbra Streisand, which, some of it's good. I still have this obsession now of like reclaiming all of those lost records.
Yeah. Oh.
Even though some of them like I have and it's like doesn't really live up to the hype.
Even if you don't like it, it's the nostalgia of having that thing.
It's the tragedy of having let it slip away.
Yeah.
Of getting it back, especially if it's like a buck or two. Like, all right, I'll grab that.
Wait, did they have a pretty extensive collection? Or
They had I would say, about 60 records.
Oh.
So it wasn't nothing.
Oh, yeah.
They had a lot of Broadway. They had Easy Listening, that Calypso record, Harry Belafonte.
Yeah.
They had that one. They had, just a bunch of like stuff that like you should have. And recently I actually asked my mother, I'm like, where did these come from? Like, did Dad buy these? She's like, no.
I wondered about that because Alyssa's dad sent me a box full of theirs, of a bunch of records. I'm like, how did you acquire these?
Right.
Like when you bought Let It Be, and it's a British version. Like, where did you go to the record store and buy it? Did somebody give it to you? Why do you have 6 Barbra Streisand records?
Right.
Definitely, I bet your parents had a Herb Alpert. There's always a Herb.
Everyone has a Herb Alpert.
I mean, it's just in like every collection.
It's the most available stuff at used record stores.
100%.
50 cents.
100%.
No one wants it.
In great shape.
Yes.
Okay. So that was kind of your first memory. Then you have a memory of the first piece of music that and it could even have been given to you that you bought, or you're like, I'm getting this.
I'll say this. There's this feeling, and I remember this, that still exists today. And it's the best thing when it happens, and it's so rare. I had a little transistor radio, or something like a transistor, like a clock radio in my bedroom growing up. And I remember getting ready for school in the morning, and I'd play the rock station, like the local Long Island rock station. And every once in a while, a song would come on, and it would like hit me between the eyes. I'm like, what is that? Like, it just changed my life. Like, this is like, I'm mind blown. This is incredible. And I remember the song Abacab by Genesis came on the radio.
I don't know that song.
Oh, it's a great song.
Abacab.
Abacab is the record and the title track. And I remember, I don't know if this was the first, because as I said before we got on that I have a terrible memory, but like early on, back in those formative days, this song came on the radio and my mind was blown. I was like, what's happening? This is ridiculous. I don't know what's happening to my body. Like, this is so incredible.
And you remember with that song? With
I remember that song. And I went and I bought Genesis Abacab on LP, on vinyl. So that's maybe the first I can remember, whether that's accurate or not.
And you bought it on vinyl, though.
That was what was available.
Wait a second. Even though this wasn't on the chart, we're going to take a break here, and I'm going to listen to a little bit of Abacab by Genesis with Craig right now.
Okay.
So we'll be right back.
My bad. I gave you the wrong title. It was No Reply at All on the record Abacab.
Which I looked up was 1981. So you were
81.
10 years old?
10 years old.
You said one, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe I've never heard that song.
It's a great song.
How much before Genesis came into my with Invisible Touch? That was kind of when they came in.
I feel like Invisible Touch was like late 80s,
87,
so maybe 7 years later. I feel like maybe Invisible Touch was the following album. I could be wrong. I'm not a huge Genesis fan. But like not far after Abacab came Invisible Touch.
I mean, I could see with that song how that would just like pop you out. It's a great song, and there's horns,
horns,
and there's like synth,
like the arpeggiated like synthesizer, like synthesizer line. It's more of like a percussive synth line.
Yeah.
It's just so amazing. It's tight. There's a great chorus, a great verse, and my favorite is like when there's a great coda. They don't show this coda as much anymore. I don't know.
Talk us through that in case someone doesn't know.
Well, it's
what do you mean?
it's like na 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 na. It's a part that hasn't been in the song before, in the verse, the bridge, the chorus, that just ends the song.
Right.
So there's a cool coda at the end of the song, and maybe there are songs with codas now. I don't know, but like it's got a cool coda, which is fun when it's good. So yeah, the song is just like a mind-blowing song. I guess when I was 10 years old, I was like, I guess the music is capable of completely transporting me to another place.
Wow, that's so. Did you love the rest of the album?
I like the rest of the album a lot. Nothing quite hits that hard as No Reply at All, but there were some really good songs on there.
When you would listen to it, Craig, as a young boy in Long Island at 10 years old, listening to this album, would you play it downstairs? Was there one record player downstairs? Did you have one in your room?
I had one in my room. I think my
You
mother's
did?
old. I started off before I got my Yorks all-in-one. I had my mother's old like suitcase kind of record player.
Oh, sure.
That like the top came off. It was
did it
meant
have
for
speakers in
travel.
it?
Had a speaker in it.
Just like the ones you can buy at like Urban Outfitters.
Yeah,
the girls had it.
like that.
Yeah.
I wonder where that is now. But it was definitely an upgrade from my transistor radio, which was
Right.
like one little speaker.
Right.
It's so funny that like how music can move you. Like I was moved from a transistor radio speaker, and yet we have this obsession with it sounding great, which I still am obsessed with. No,
Yes.
But it's funny how it reminds me of like video games, like how much. Like I say to my kids, they say, "Oh, old video games suck. The modern ones are really good." But it's like, well, how much fun can you have,
Yes.
right? Like, are you saying that you have more fun than me playing a video game back then? But it's the same fun.
That's
the same amazingness of like listening to a song that's great, or something that has an amazing melody on the little speaker on the big one.
Okay, so we're going to switch on to King Crimson. You had them both on one of your favorite albums, and then also something you would think, or somebody would think, I'm surprised you like this. I don't know which one it was
Right.
for you. Was it something that was obscure?
I think it's somewhat obscure. I mean, anyone who likes like art rock, which isn't like the coolest genre. Like I'm not, I don't go around wearing like art rock t-shirts.
What's
It's
art? When you
art
say
rock, like progressive rock, like Yes and King Crimson, and it's like this thing that happened in the 70s that went away, that where rock and roll became very complicated, and like there was like like a double album with 4 songs, and like they really like it was accused of being self-indulgent, and to some extent it was. So King Crimson is one of those bands, like one of those thoughtful bands that like kind of they went in this prog rock direction. Well, they were a prog rock band.
Now let me backtrack a little bit. So this album is from 1981. Did it come into your life? Which is, interestingly enough, that's the Genesis album. Did it come into your life at that same time when you were 10, or did this come into your life later? Can you remember? And how did it
Think
come
a
into your
little
life?
later.
Later.
I think a little later. I don't think I was as cool as that might be, and I want to claim that. I don't think I was 10 going out getting King Crimson, and I know it because I don't have the vinyl.
Right.
I bought the CD, so it was a little later.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
And it probably just came. It just cycled through. You heard it. And then
I think it was the prog rock. It was like an incestuous group of people that like would join one band and leave another. So I loved Yes, and the drummer for Yes, his name was Bill Bruford. Bill Bruford then played for King Crimson. So one thing probably led to another.
Right.
Back in that obsessive music time of like must collect. Listen.
Yeah.
It led me to King Crimson, and then King Crimson kind of reinvented itself in 1980 with this particular lineup, who ironically, it's not really ironic, they're touring now without Robert Fripp. And they're like coming to the Thousand Oak Convention Center.
Oh, out here.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Louise last week went to see Bonnie Raitt at
really?
that and she just referenced that convention center. Wait, let me one more thing before you go on. When you did that music obsession phase,
Yeah.
I didn't get music obsessed until later, and it was easier maybe with CDs or digitally. When you were music obsessed, King Crimson or whatever, you went down. Oh, and Yes, and he was the drummer. But where did you go? Where did you find that? If you didn't go to the internet, did you get like Spin magazine or Rolling Stone magazine?
It's a great question.
How did you get that music into your life? I mean, I know you could go to the record store, you could go to whatever.
So it was a two-part thing.
Yeah.
First of all, I spent a lot of my disposable income on blank cassette tapes. It's possible I even stole a couple, now that I think about it, at the Rock Bottom store around the corner. I mostly bought them, but I think I might.
This is in Long Island.
On Long Island, yeah. So I'd buy like these sheaths of blank tapes,
Mm-hmm.
and we would borrow from each other and like copy tapes and record. The dual cassette came out. We were doing duplications and all that. Yeah, exactly. But I think a lot of this I had to discover on my own. And I didn't have like an older person that like could give me these records from the 70s. So I would essentially go to like Record World in the mall, like and buy them, and just like kind of take a chance. And we also, I remember taking the train, the Long Island Railroad, into Manhattan, going to St. Mark's Place, and there was a whole bunch of record stores on St. Mark's Place towards the end of the block near Avenue A, and we would just go record shopping. That would be like super fun and exciting because it was Manhattan.
Oh, see,
Avenue A was still gritty.
Oh, that you had that, and this is when you were in high school.
Yeah, I think so.
That seems so dreamy. Like that just seems like going into New York City and going to the East Village and doing record shopping
That's
in
what
like
we did.
the
It was
80s.
fun. Yeah.
And they were probably still cheap, right? Records.
I believe that probably a little bit, like everything, well priced, a little bit more expensive than you actually want to spend.
Yeah.
You're never just like, oh my God, I'm in like, I'm at a garage sale. It wasn't like that, but it was affordable enough that a kid could go like save up some money and buy some CDs or some records.
Okay, so great answer. So back to King Crimson. So you came to them a little. You came to them a little later.
Probably high school.
Probably high school.
Probably high school.
And did you share it with other people, or did
I
you?
tried. King Crimson's a tough listen. So it's like we would share tapes and no one wanted it. No one wanted the King Crimson.
They're like, did Greg keep trying to pass that King Crimson? Yeah.
That was a hard pass.
It's
on
hard
that.
pass.
My friends were like listening to. Most of my friends were listening to like Iron Maiden and like Megadeth.
Oh.
And like.
Wow.
Metallica and stuff. So like that group of friends, they had no interest in it. I had one friend that liked this stuff, but I think King Crimson passed his line.
Right. So no one. You're like, really, guys? I'm telling.
It's nerdy.
What? So,
And interestingly enough, like I have this musical mentor of mine who I respect immensely. Prog rock was apparently, because I didn't really live through it, in the late 60s, early 70s, there were two camps. There were different camps. There was like, if you like prog rock, right, you weren't in like the punk camp. And, nary did the two camps meet. As a matter of fact, they were pretty judgmental of each other, so far as I can tell.
was prog rock mainly like late 70s, early 80s?
It didn't make it into the 80s.
It didn't.
Yeah, it was like 70s.
King Crimson.
Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
What makes something?
Flowery, long songs like Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Let's take classical music and convert it into rock. Like just that whole idea. It's like almost like a philosophy.
Okay. Can I be honest? I'm not sure at what point it could have been in this conversation, but probably not. Where I was like, is it progressive or is it like Prague from like Czechoslovakia? Like, are they
Progressive? It's progressive. It's progressive.
I know that now.
There's a city in Czechoslovakia,
And these
all
fucking,
of the artists.
it's just
came
like
from
Okay, so that makes sense. All right, so pick a song on there. We're going to listen
for
to
sure,
it.
100% it would be Mate Kudasai.
Kudasai?
Mate Kudasai. It's Japanese. It means please wait. I have no idea. I'm not a big lyrics guy, but I happen to know that means please wait. Mate Kudasai.
Okay, so we're going to listen to Mate Kudasai by King Crimson on the album Discipline, which was out in 1981. We'll be right back.
I just love this song. Like, this is... First, you have these two incredibly innovative guitar players coming together. You have Adrian Belew and Robert Fripp, who are like both like fairly experimental with sounds, and at the same time being really curious and innovative with sounds. Are just phenomenal guitar players. Phenomenal guitar players. So you have these two guys with these two opposing guitar parts. And then you have at the forefront this melody. I think it's Adrian Belew who's doing the melody, and it's like I have no idea how he does it. At first, I thought it was EBO, which is this electronic thing. It's not. I had a really geeky debate about it with someone online at one point. He's like using like feedback and something and the volume pedal to the volume knob to create this like very beautiful melody that like never quite goes away. It's always strung through even when the vocals start. And then on top of that is just this beautiful, gorgeous melody. Like, and Adrian Belew has this gorgeous voice, and he's an absolutely amazing guitar player, and he's a really great songwriter. So
that's who was singing.
That's who was singing there. This guy Adrian Belew.
It brought me in.
I'm glad.
You know?
Yeah,
it did. I think also with songs, there's this interesting thing. It's like when do you listen to this song? Like, so that's the thing. Is like if we were driving the car and like, oh, I want to play this, and we're all going out. If we played that in the car, I'd be like, yeah. But if we were sitting and relaxed, in like we are doing now, and I'm able to ease into it, I can enter that song better.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good, like, when do you listen to stuff? That's like the ultimate question.
Yeah.
This is not a get pumped up, you
No.
know, go driving kind of thing.
Making dinner, would you put this on? Or when would you put this on?
I mean, I would never put this on because Kate would make me turn it off.
Okay.
Because the rest of the album gets like kind of like crazy, and this is like an oasis in the record where it's this laconic, like soundscapey, beautiful thing.
I think that's the thing is I think certain songs, artists, albums require you to make time and space for them. I found it interesting that a pump-up song for you was Miami 2017 by Billy Joel.
This is more historical, I think, for me. Somehow in my house, my family, we grew up on Long Island, and Billy Joel is like a Long Island favorite. Everyone in Long Island likes Billy Joel.
He's selling his house there.
He's selling his house?
He's selling that big one that's on the Sound, I guess.
Oh, where's he moving to?
I think he's going to go to Florida.
Really?
Yeah, because I read in the New York Times because I never follow that stuff, but it was on the front. And because I guess his daughter goes to school there or something. And
okay.
I don't know.
Why doesn't he just keep the house? We don't. We
Great.
yeah.
We'll talk about that later.
So Billy Joel was a staple. I inherited Billy Joel. I didn't seek it out like I did with, say, like Genesis on the radio. There were Billy Joel albums in the house, and I don't know how they got there. 52nd Street. My mother might have bought it. Maybe she's not as nerdy as I thought.
That would make sense, though. That would be like Local Kid Done Good, kind of. You would have those albums. That would.
She had 52nd Street, and I think my sister might have precipitated the purchase of Glass Houses. So like Billy Joel was in the zeitgeist in the house, and there was the record Songs in the Attic, which is a compilation of live material of early Billy Joel material.
Oh.
So he would like take, Summer Highland Falls, he would take a recording from a small venue. I know you love that song. He would take a recording from a small venue because it captured the essence of like, just this contained. You could hear like, I don't know, it just works more in a small venue. Conversely, he took Miami 2017 from Madison Square Garden, and it's so fucking rocking, and like it's just exciting. It's so much one of those tunes that's so much better than the studio album, and like you can hear like the fans like when he references like the Yankees and people are like they're like cheering. There's all these New York references. People are going crazy. He changes the words a little bit. Like,
so it's that specific recording.
It is that specific recording. Yeah.
Okay.
And it pumps me up. It's just so great. I just love it. I never get sick of it.
So if you hear the other one, it doesn't.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's all those things because it's an homage to your New York and your.
It's also like it's more energy. It's way more energy. Like like the drummer Liberty DeVito. He's pounding away on that thing. Like it is a different energy of them playing that song in Madison Square Garden. It's like, it's electric.
Yeah.
I love it.
Okay, so we're going to move on to another selection of an artist that I know, and I know certain things about, and it's a Beck.
I put down Mutations because I love it. This is a great record. Everyone knows this record, right? Not so much?
Not this guy.
Okay, this is a classic.
Again, big blind spots. I mean, I know, what's it, is it Midnight Vultures? Is that the one?
That's a great record, yeah.
So that's where he came into my radio play. It's out there, you know.
You might as well play like Devil's Haircut because it's like the most popular song from the record. Perhaps you've heard it.
So I don't know that I have.
Okay.
So this was 1996. So again, let's talk about how did this album come into you? Well, let's think about it. Craig just made a terrified face like he has no idea.
96, eh?
Canadian.
I think my friend Michael Gigani, once again, turned me
Gigani.
on to Beck. He's a
Remind
guy
me-
I played in 2 bands with.
Oh, right.
Yeah. He turned me on to the Cardigans for sure. And I think he might have just said, hey, listen to this song. And I think it was like, oh my God, this is what?
Now, is this a cover-to-cover album, or is this like...
It's a cover-to-cover album.
Yeah. So we're going to listen to Devil's Haircut on the album Odelay by Beck, 1996, through really kind of Craig's Buddha of music, which was Michael.
Wow.
Right?
I guess.
2 artists.
two, yeah.
That's basically it, yeah. It's great.
I mean, it was a hit.
Except for me.
Except for you. Yeah, I mean, like he's this master at like pulling in all sorts of genres into one thing and then deconstructing it and like pulling it apart, right? He's got like a 70s rock thing going, but then he's also got like, you know, this kind of like Motown thing with like cool innovative sounds and like electronic things. And then he'll like stop the arrangement and like make room for, you know, weird stuff to happen. It's just very innovative and really cool. But at the same time, it still grooves.
Yeah.
It still grooves. It's cool.
That's what it grooves. That's a great word for that.
Yeah, he's amazing.
Okay, next we're going to go to a band that I know, but a song I don't know, and I don't think I realized that this band dipped into the 70s, and that's Squeeze. And you have one of your favorite songs, which is Goodbye Girl from 1978.
I mean, I never get bored of that song. Every time it comes on, I get excited. It's not like I, you know, walk around thinking about the song all the time, but when forced to think about songs that I love, this is just a great song. And I feel like Squeeze is just getting lost to time. We talked about, last time we were together, we talked about like bands that get lost to time, and there's only so much room in everyone's brain, so it's like things get funneled down, right? Like how much shit do we remember from like the early 1800s? Like, you know, Beethoven, and that's kind of, you know, maybe a couple of others, so like it keeps getting whittled down, and I feel like Squeeze, like no one knows them. Or not no one, but like kids don't really know them. Anyway, it's just a brilliant song. It's a brilliant song.
So how did that song come to you?
I think I was looking through stuff in your questionnaire and I wanted to address Squeeze because I think that they're so awesome. And like I just thought of like, you know, what's a Squeeze song that I love? Goodbye Girl.
78, we were 7 years old. I did not realize Squeeze was... I thought of them as Take It to the Bridge. You know, I thought of them as the 80s. I didn't realize that they dipped
Well,
into...
everyone had the greatest hits in the 80s, but the stuff came out in the 70s. I mean, Squeeze is this deceptive band. They're so poppy and so delightful and delicious that you think it's simple, and it's not. It's actually tricky. Glenn Tilbrook, the guy who like, you know, sings and writes most of the stuff, he's a genius. And these chords are tricky. Like it's all tricky. And he pulled off the ultimate, which is like making something really complicated sound really simple.
Okay, so let's take a listen to the song. This is Goodbye Girl by Squeeze from 1978.
I feel challenged because like it's almost like a test. These are songs that Paul doesn't know. So it's like, oh shit, what if he doesn't, he's not going to like it. He's not going to like it.
So this is the conversation that I wanted to have before.
Right.
Anytime I play music for someone, I don't know if you have, I quite literally sweat because I'm so nervous that the person, even though I love the song and it doesn't diminish that I love the song, I feel vulnerable that like they're not going to like it, or I don't know why, because I know that most of me doesn't care, but yet when you're playing it...
Do you know how like the Germans have words for weird feelings? Like, oh, the joy that they get for when you feel bad. Schadenfreude, like things like that. There needs to be a word for the pressure of wanting a friend of yours to like a piece of music you're playing them. There needs to be a word.
100%.
There needs to be a word.
100%. So Goodbye Girl, well, first you tell me about it.
I mean, Goodbye Girl, this is just like a classic Squeeze song. Like here, it's a great example of like a really cool melody on top of these chords. It does a weird change, which like your head kind of like does a little like so another example of like something that sounds kind of easy, but it's sort of a little twisted, which I like.
Did you feel nervous that I was not liking it?
Yeah, totally. I know you didn't like it.
Nope. That's not true. We'll get to my.
You didn't love it.
I didn't
You
love
didn't
it.
That's fine.
But I really liked the song. Like there's nothing about it like I really didn't like. Like I liked the jump to the chorus part.
Yeah.
So I did. It's like it's a qualified. I liked it.
Maybe I should have thought harder about the Squeeze song I chose.
No, see that's now. See, we got to talk about this. I've got a weight bench here. I don't have a couch. Maybe you should lay down and we should talk. Say,
Yeah.
What are you feeling, Craig?
Inadequacy.
Really?
No, I feel like, look.
Obviously, I feel something like I'm not in touch with what it is, but I obviously, when I say that I play something for someone and I'm sweating and I sweat, I'm lying to myself when I say that I don't care.
Right.
Like
I mean, maybe I should have
I-
picked my favorite Squeeze song, and I didn't. I just kind of picked a just above average one.
Or maybe you picked a song that meant a lot to you, and that doesn't mean as much to the, like every song. Like I mean, music. I mean, that is music, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like there are things that I had that 2 times ago with an artist, which I just couldn't get past. Tom Waits. Takes me a lot of work to get past his voice. This is not like that, Squeeze.
Right.
Like that's not like that, but they're all versions of it. I mean, I think that's where it's amazing. I think when some bands just cross over with everyone, like the Beatles. I mean, maybe some people don't like them as much, but
I think they do. They're just lying.
I would say that.
Frank Zappa had this whole thing how he thought the Beatles were lame, and I just don't believe him. I think he was just jealous.
He was just doing that.
Yeah, there's a couple of songs I like, but really, Frank Zappa.
I think you picked the perfect song because that song was the first thing that came to your mind and it's meaningful to you.
Yeah.
And I like it. And I'm sorry that I disappointed you.
We'll get through it.
This is going to be.
I mean, things won't be the same, but
Right.
like we'll get through it.
Yeah. We had this conversation actually. I don't know if you remember it. We were both. It was at a party at your house, and we had this conversation about Rent and Spring Awakening.
Oh,
Right. And so it's like Rent to me. I love the music. It doesn't hold up as well, I don't think, but I love the music and I can still hear songs from it. And I think I remember you saying that it wasn't a rock musical, which I don't know that it is, but you didn't like it. And Spring Awakening, I liked. Okay, Alyssa loved it, but I liked it. But it's the same thing. It's like you just, the heart loves what it loves.
the heart wants what the heart wants. If you go into a record store, there's a big record store has, let's say, 30 aisles. And how much of that do you like?
Yeah.
Maybe an aisle worth of stuff. And there's plenty of people in all the other aisles. It's just, you're right.
Yeah.
It's just the way it is.
Okay, so, but I like that in my life, and I would listen to that song again.
Oh, okay.
Let's go on to something I'm just curious about. This is just a general question. I did not see this coming on your list of favorite bands, and that is Grateful Dead. So how did you come to the Grateful Dead being one of your favorite? When did you come to the Grateful Dead? Because it just has passed me by.
Right.
I've tried to, and
Yeah.
I just,
So my affinity for the Grateful Dead is fairly sacrilegious. Like, and let me back up and preface it by saying, I did go to some Grateful Dead shows when they were really like the fully Grateful Dead with Jerry Garcia and the whole gang. A handful, not
Yeah.
I didn't
Still, that's
leave
what like
high school to go follow the band around, but like I we saw a couple of shows at Madison Square Garden and in New Jersey. I liked them in high school. I love the Grateful Dead because at the end of the day, they are a lot of things all at once. Yes, they're a jam band, and yes, they're this whole vibe, and yes, they're this whole counterculture thing. But there are deep, like At the Kernel are great songs, and they touch upon really interesting musical genres like blues and bluegrass and like this word is escaping me. Like some kind of like heartland Americana. They hit that. And when Jerry Garcia and Robert Hunter are writing songs, they're brilliant. They're brilliant songs. And I love the records. You're not supposed to like the records. You're supposed to just like the shows and the
Right.
long and winding 40-minute jams. I like that. It's fine in a time and a place. But I love the records. They're amazing songs. Many of them.
think of a song,
I mean, it's hard. Scarlet Begonias.
Scarlet Begonias.
Yeah, that's like a song that's like right in the middle, like a great song. It's a Jerry song. It's awesome. Mostly everyone loves it.
Let's listen to Scarlet
Let's
Begonias.
listen to Scarlet Begonias
right now.
We're going off the
sheet.
off the
We don't
sheet.
need no
We
fucking
don't need the sheet.
spreadsheet.
Yeah,
Love it.
love it.
Love it.
It's lovable.
Love it.
It's
It's the first time you are sitting in my garage in 2024. It's
Yeah.
the first time I've tried a lot of Grateful Dead. I'm not just saying this because I feel I hurt your feelings with, I'm going to be honest. That's what this podcast is. It's not really what it's all about, but
It's called Hurt Your Feelings.
it's called It's called sweating, playing music for a friend.
And we didn't even get to the guitar solo,
Oh,
which is like
you-
a key part of the Grateful Dead.
Oh, shoot.
That's right.
Well, now it's weird recording wise. We can't go back.
Yeah, I get it.
We'll listen to it when we're done as we're like packing
Yeah.
up. Well, Craig, this was fantastic.
That's it.
That's it, man.
All right.
It was,
fun.
Somewhat painless, somewhat
Painless.
good.
Yeah.
I mean, a little pain watching me listen to Squeeze. But I like it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Thanks.
Yeah. Pleasure.